everybody, welcome to today's workout, which is called Moody. But we got to get warm first. So we've got Gunnar here. He's gonna warm up with everybody. So you follow him. I'm just a floating head over here. We're gonna start off with some jumping jacks on my count. Ready? Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good job. All right, next up, a little bit of mobility here. Gunnar's gonna take the bottom of a squat. He's gonna brace the elbows on the inside of the knees, and then with one arm, lead with the elbow, like he's snatching, and then reach towards the ceiling, looking up, trying to twist the chest up towards the ceiling as much as possible. I'll demo that right here, from a different angle. And then we'll put that down. We're gonna switch sides. There's 2. And you can join in at home or wherever you are. Switch. 3. Switch. Switch. This is 5. We're going to 20. Switch. 6. 7. 8, 9, 10. When you're doing this, you should feel the upper back really engage, as well as the chest opening up. I forgot what number we're on. 11, 12, 13, 14. I try to think of reaching my fingernails back as much as I can. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. And 20. And go ahead and stand up. The hips and the knees and the ankles should have got some play there. Now you'll just stretch out with Gunnar here. We'll start off with the ankle pull, grabbing the middle of your foot, pulling that heel up towards the belly button as best you can, feeling a stretch somewhere in the glute, maybe in the outside of the knee, and go ahead and just slowly alternate sides, like you're marching play a little bit. We're just gonna keep moving in place for a little bit, but hold the stretch as long as you need to. We're just trying not to do a long stretch. So we're just adding movement in between, making it a little more dynamic so that you draw blood to the areas that are going to need some help later on today. Another 10 seconds before we switch our stretch. So you can see he's standing upright, really drawing that heel up, that knee out. Trying to show balance as well. We'll turn that into a quad pull. So foot goes behind you, you grab onto the top, and also try to draw the knee back as best you can, lifting the chest up before switching sides. And you'll just keep moving back and forth. Hopefully your quads aren't that tight. Otherwise, you can feel this one a lot. This could be pretty sensitive here, especially if you have funky knees. But take it a little easier if you need to. And if balance is an issue, find an upright of some sort so that you can get some balance. All right, we'll go hamstring stretch. So lock the leg out in front of you, reach for the toes with 2 hands. Gunnar makes that look pretty easy. You can see his back is rounded. That's what we want. If it's too difficult for you, you just go down your leg as much as you can before you switch sides. And this is obviously to stretch the calves, the back of the knee, the hamstrings, the glutes, your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, all of the back side of the body here. You can also make it a little more dynamic if you were to bounce your torso a little bit, if you prefer to go that way. right, and then we're going to engage the hip flexors here for a standing Frankenwalk. So Gunner's going to put his arms out. He's just going to kick the opposite hand before switching sides. We'll go another 15 seconds or so, and then we're going to move on to our skills for the day. All right, and relax. Good job, everybody. We're going to start off with 2 Tabatas today for our workout. So the Tabata is an interval where you are working for 20 seconds, you rest for 10 seconds, you repeat that 8 times per exercise. So we're going to do that for 2 exercises today. That means 16 intervals, straight one after another. So we're going to start off with the sumo squat. If Gunner faces the camera, he's in a shoulder width stance right now, but we want him to go a little wider than normal. And the wider you go, it is more comfortable to turn your toes out. So if you naturally did that, so be it. But the squat standards remain the same. Feet flat, hips back, chest up. So Gunner's going to go ahead and try 1 or 2. Trying to get as deep as possible each and every rep, but only as deep as you can keep the feet flat and the back flat. And go ahead and face me for another 1 or 2. And you can see that position. This is going to demand a lot from the hips, from the stretching more than the exercise. I know you're used to air squatting. We want you to challenge yourself with a stance here. Cool. Next up, the second exercise is a high-low plank. Gunner's going to hit a plank on the hands, straight arms. We have a line running from the ear all the way through the body. From here, he's going to transition down to one forearm, then the other forearm, and make sure that he's nice and solid before he comes back to the hand and the other hand. And that's what we're looking for today. If we can help it, let's try to avoid any and all twisting of the torso. We don't want to see the hips pike up or the hips sag down. You just want your body in a nice straight line. Right? You can move as fast or as slow as you'd like. Cool, and relax. So that's what we're going to do to preface the workout today. We're going to do 2 Tabatas, but we might as well talk about the rest of the skills right now. The Mad-Eye Moody portion, AMRAP in 3 minutes, of 3 different sets with 1 minute rest in between. Set number 1 is going to be 20 high knees and 20 mountain climbers. So high knee is really simple. Many of you have done this before outside of joining us. Hands are going to go parallel to the ground, and you're going to try to drive your knees into each hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every piece of contact counts as a rep. Thank you. If that's too difficult, put your hands back up. Can you just do a walking march? If you have to be a quiet neighbor, this might be a good option for you too. Maybe challenge yourself by pulling your hands a little higher if you want. But that's what we're looking for. Cool. Otherwise, if you got bad ankles, or jumping is not good for you, stepping is also cool. So 20 total reps, 20 total touches. Next up, the mountain climbers. Very similar in pattern. Gunner's going to hit the ground in a plank position again. This time he's going to get his knee to try to touch some part of his arm, rather, before he jumps his foot back and switches sides. So he can switch midway. Can you do a reset in the middle and then step? You can also do it that way. If you notice Gunner's keeping his foot off the ground, can you let your foot go to the ground and come up? Yep. If you need to, this is a way to scale down and make it a little easier. If you like it spicy, don't allow your foot to touch the ground. Cool? All right, very good. That's set number 1. Set number 2. So set number 1, you'll work for 3 minutes, then you'll get 1 minute to rest. Set number 2 is going to be butt kickers and bicycle crunches. So Gunner's going to start with his hands on his butt, and his goal is to keep his knees pointing down. He's going to drive the heel up towards his hands. I want you to be mindful of your posture. Try to stay upright as best you can and make sure that you're not tumbling forward. So again, 20 total touches. This is supposed to be more cardio right there. Next up, bicycle crunch. He's going to get down on his back. Hands behind his head so we get this break in the elbow. And then the goal is to get the elbow to make contact with the opposite knee. There you go. Good. And you can make it beautiful like Gunner, where he stays in that hollow and doesn't touch the ground at the bottom. Or you can let everything plop to the ground in between each rep. Go ahead and try 2 more. That's also cool, right? So you're gonna do 20 butt kickers, 20 bicycle crunches. AMRAP in 3 minutes. You're gonna rest for 1 minute, then the final piece, you can pull out your FCF shaker or a water bottle or anything that you have that's okay to potentially bump into. This is a jump though, so if you're not able to jump, you need to be a quiet neighbor. We're gonna show you an option in a moment. Otherwise, the pogo hop starts on one side of your object. You're gonna hop over, hit the ground, immediately come back. That would be 1. So go ahead and give us another. Tap, tap, that's 2. That's 3, and so on and so forth. You approach it from either side, however you want, right? It might be good to alternate the sides in which you're attacking it every round, or split it halfway after 10, get on the other side so you're balancing and working the strength, the outside strength of the ankle for these jumps and these movements. Exercise number 2 for the last interval. You got pogo hops, and then we have speed skaters. Can you show us just the full speed skater right now? Yep. Okay, real hop. Real hop. There you go. Cool. And then face the whiteboard. Do a couple more. Yep. Cool. And so Gunner gets this benefit here. He has like mats and seams within the mats to kind of like focus on. Maybe you have a yoga mat at home or something like that, but your goal is to be consistent and have some lateral hopping going on. If you're not used to this, it's fun. We're going to break it down right now. 3 prerequisite movements. Number 1, you're going to need curtsy lunge. So hands on the hips, face the camera actually. Gunner is going to take a backwards lunge, and he's going to stay facing the camera, but the leg is going to cross over as much as possible. He gets the knee to kiss the ground before he stands back up, returns to center, and switches sides. So you're really just trying to step behind your own leg each and every time. Try a couple out at home, follow along if needed. Face the whiteboard and give us just 2 more. Awesome. Great. Then, exercise number 2, prerequisite number 2, is the single leg, stiff leg deadlift. So Gunner has got 1 foot flat on the ground. He's going to take his opposite hand and reach down towards 1 toe as he lifts that foot up in the air before he switches sides. Nice balance and flexibility drill. Go ahead and try 2 more. Awesome. Last drill, we have the lateral hop. So if he faces the camera, his goal is just to simply hop from one side of the screen to the other. You can use your arms, you can use the free leg in the back. Awesome. And then we combine all 3. You're going to lunge a little bit and pitch over to touch the toe. You're going to hop over to switch and alternate sides. Awesome. If that's too difficult, you don't necessarily have to jump. You can just step over instead. So go ahead and try a couple more stepping over.
Just stepping over.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And if you can't pogo hop today, let's do some Cossack squats. So Gunner will face the camera and do a handful of Cossack squats. If you can't pogo hop, you'll owe us 20 of those. Sumo squat. 2 more. And rest. We're going straight into the high-low plank. Just focus on tightness. Here we go. Take a break. If you want some help in your stability, try having slightly wider feet. 2 more. Last one. And time. Good job, everybody. Yay! You're not done. We still got some more. Mad-Eye Moody. Again. AMRAP. 3 minutes. 20 high knees, and then 20 mountain climbers. Rest 1 minute. AMRAP in 3 minutes. 20 butt kicks, 20 bicycle crunches. Rest 1 minute. AMRAP in 3 minutes. 20 pogo hops, 20 speed skaters. And that'll be it. 10 seconds. Starting off with the high knees. Trying to stay upright with the posture, using your hip flexors to get that knee up. It helps to have your arm at 90 degrees as well. Opposite arm, opposite knee. Mountain climber is basically the same thing, driving that knee forward, but trying to fight against gravity for that kind of control. Move as slow or as fast as you need to. Catch your breath, shake it out. Do it again. 20 and 20, 20 and 20, 20 and 20. Nice, Hannah. Good job keeping that chest tall. When we're in the plank position, let's do the opposite of that. Hide the chest by pushing the shoulders as hard as possible against the ground. And that way, you're giving more room to that area, and therefore more room for the knees to come up. Very nice. Good job, Derek. Back to 20 high knees. There you go. Good pace. And we're halfway through this first interval. Next up, mountain climbers. Put the foot down on this one. Making sure that we get the foot forward each and every time. One minute left. All right, next up, 20 butt kicks, 20 bicycle crunches. 30 seconds. Same idea, you don't have to push the pace.
Yeah.
So you want to have a hot on the first one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin.